I'm here at Capitol Hill Ocean Week. We just had coastal coffee with Congressman Jared Huffman. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing in the ocean space here.
Well, thanks so much. So yeah, I'm the congressman for California's North Coast. I've got about a third of the California coastline and two great national marine sanctuaries. So we work within the National Marine Sanctuaries Caucus that I co-chair with Garrett Graves of Louisiana. I also work on I'm the ranking Democrat on the subcommittee that has jurisdiction over water, wildlife, and fisheries. So that keeps me pretty busy on lots of issues near and dear to the sanctuary community.
Fantastic. And you actually have a background relevant to to these issues, correct?
Somewhat, yeah. I was an environmental lawyer at NRDC before I went to the California State Legislature. When I was there, I chaired the water committee in the state legislature. And here I've been on natural resources in this subcommittee on ocean-related things the whole time, 12
Fantastic,
years.
fantastic. And there have been a number of new initiatives that have just been announced from the Biden administration. What are the things that people should watch for this week at Capitol Hill Oceans Week, or what are the issues to be brought up?
So I don't know that this week is going to bring any huge breaking news. You never know in this Congress. It can surprise you. But obviously the 30 by 30 initiative is hugely important, and sanctuaries have a role to play in that.
Define the 30 by 30 for our audience.
It's trying to protect 30% of our land and water for nature, for resilience, for all of the values that we care so much about. So that and many other policies certainly need our attention. Illegal, unregulated, and unauthorized fishing, IUU fishing, which is a very technical term for terrible practices on the high seas that contribute to a seafood supply chain that is nebulous at best and includes all kinds of nasty environmental practices and slave labor and awful things that American consumers don't want, and we are working hard to fix that. There's a lot.
Yeah, and you mentioned this morning in your comments at the CHOW breakfast about undiscovered shipwrecks and our seafaring past and how important that is tied in with our
kind of a fun cultural and historic aspect of these places that we protect is you get to go and discover things like shipwrecks that were not even mapped. In the case of the Conestoga, which is the one I mentioned from 1921 in my district.
Fantastic. And finally, there was an announcement on the predictions for our hurricane season. It's going to be pretty nasty this year. What about the role of our coastal sanctuaries as a buffer, as a way of diminishing the impacts?
Not every sanctuary will provide that service, but certainly coastal wetlands, mangroves, seagrass restoration, all the things that we talk about with blue carbon provides a benefit not only in terms of sequestering carbon so that these weather systems aren't so extreme over the long term, but also as that buffer, as that natural way of protecting coastal communities. And that's a big deal in my district and many other places.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time and for all your work on the ocean work.